Okay, so I know I do a lot of rants about me and my personal problems, but considering that I don't have my therapist for this month, he's on vacation, and since nobody would willingly listen to the crazy stuff I rant about in my YouTube videos anyway, unless they're weird. Well, except Poffo listens to my videos, which I appreciate Poffo because he cares. He's a good friend. But anyway, here's the thing that is going on. See, now if people have watched some of my other videos, they know that I'm dealing with some health issues right now. And I'm not going to go into the specifics of that right now, but yeah, but the main point is that lately, because I'm not feeling well, because I'm on medication right now for urinary tract infection and possibly an enlarged prostate, because the urologist prescribed this medicine for me. So right now I'm not actually feeling very well because the antibiotic makes my mouth really dry, and I drink tons of water. So it does. So because I'm drinking tons of water, I actually am not peeing any less frequently because I have to drink so much water. And then the other medicine knocks me out like a Benadryl, and I do not feel my usual self. And I've been able to at least still work the past few days, but I've had this problem where my stomach hurts often, and I'm still feel drowsy. I don't feel my usual mental alertness that I normally do, so I feel kind of drugged up because I am drugged up. I'm on two different medications from the urologist right now. So, but here's the thing: is what I actually want to talk about, though, is how I feel personally about my own health in relation to veganism. Because my health has improved over the years more and more since I went vegan. My muscular strength has increased. I lost about 50 pounds. I'm doing well, considering that I'm active. I work 5 days a week. I'm taking ballet lessons, and I'm actually doing fairly well. But here's the thing, is that I'm the kind of person who I want to be the shining example of veganism. I want to be the iconic, or the whatever you call it, of veganism, because I feel like I have to. I really feel like I have to be the example of veganism in the town of Lee Summit. And I feel this way because almost everybody I meet doesn't know what a vegan is. Only a few know what a vegetarian is in this town. And when you tell people you're vegan, they don't know how to react. And it's very interesting because when I first went vegetarian, and I remember how my mom was even kind of oppositional to that at the time, because I didn't want to buy meat anymore, and we had a fight about that, and it's like, and then it was like, for the next few years, as I became more of an ethical vegan, slowly learning about each of the industries and what's wrong and why I didn't want to buy certain products, there was always a conflict, because I'm the one doing all the shopping and using my money, that I was working my butt off at my job for, and I didn't think it was right for my mom to try to force me to buy products. We had fight because I wanted to get her popcorn that didn't have butter. I mean, that's the thing. So I had my mom fighting with me and opposing me, not getting that. No, this veganism is not just a phase. It's not just not just some kind of thing that doesn't matter to me. It matters a great deal. I mean, it's become the top focus in my life. More than anything, that's what I want people to know. But I feel like I have to be the perfect example of veganism. And that's because in this town, people don't know about veganism. Now, luckily, it's slowly increasing, and I do meet vegans who shop in the health market. But it's like vegans are such a minority, and they're so scattered and not organized. I couldn't even find any vegan groups on meetup.com, and all the vegan events that are happening are in downtown Kansas City. And then here I'm the guy who doesn't, I don't have a car, neither does my mom, can't drive a car for other reasons too, even besides the fact that financially we can't afford a car. But so I'm stuck here. Okay, I'm a 31-year-old autistic man who you can't communicate very well anyway. And I work at a grocery store. I've worked there for 6 years. And here, to make it more complicated, I'm an atheist in a town full of Christians, including my mother, who's a Christian. We've had fights about that, too, because she doesn't get it. I don't hate her, but I think she's delusional and that God doesn't exist. And it doesn't matter to me if God exists or not anymore at this point. Sorry for the crazy rant, but it just doesn't matter because there's no evidence from what we see happening in the world or in the Bible to indicate that God is a vegan, that God would even approve of vegans. And most of the vegans are atheists or agnostics. Atheists and agnostics seem to make up the majority of the vegans. And recently this has been on my mind because, I think about how I could not reconcile my ethics with Christianity, and how the way I became atheist, happened because of many different reasons. But this isn't about me. The point is, it's not logically possible to combine Christianity and belief in a God who killed humans and animals in a global flood, for instance, not to mention the plagues on Egypt and many other places where God is specifically mentioned killing people or ordering others to kill, whether through ritual sacrifices or wars. And it's like, there is nothing pro-life, there is nothing vegan about the Bible. And it just frustrates me because, and I didn't want to get sidetracked onto the religion issue. The larger point is, why am I the only example that people have in this town? Except, once in a while we have vegan events at the health market at our store, which is wonderful. And then there's another health market worker that is also vegan. But the thing is, it's like, it's still so rare, and I wish there was more visibility. And it's hard being the only vegan. It's hard being the only atheist, especially when you live with a Christian mother. It's hard to be like this person who's so different, and being autistic on top of it. And people don't really understand autism. They really don't. But first of all, we figured out that I was autistic before I was diagnosed. I mean, it's just so obvious. My obsessive interests with computer programming and math and Minecraft and My Little Pony. I have obsessive interests. I dislike social situations, yet I have been forced to be social, and partly because of veganism and partly because of my job, I've had to learn how to talk to people. But to this day, I still am unable to handle conflict. I do not know how to handle disagreements, whether it's about religion or the veganism thing, because this is the thing, is I don't have theory of mind. I cannot. People think I'm a jerk. Some people think I'm a jerk because I don't have theory of mind. And so I say things or even look at my face, and then people get offended at me. Usually it's my mother who's offended because she's around me the most. But the thing is, why in the world does this autistic man who can't drive a car and is an atheist, and like, I mean, I will not reach the people in this town, and it bothers me. I will not reach the Christians. I can't, because their religious belief prevents them from considering veganism, and it's no wonder that the majority of vegans are atheists, and that's an observation. I don't specifically know of studies. I mean, who keeps track of this stuff? But like, only a few people that I have ever known to be vegan, and I know a lot of vegans online. I've listened to a lot of people, but people end up being atheist or agnostic, or in some cases a form of pantheist. But there's only a few Christian vegans out there, and when I do find them, they're basically cherry picking a few Bible verses and ignoring the 99% of their Bible that's pro-killing. It's like, so it's really sad because everything is all wrapped up together. My hatred of religion is wrapped up in my hatred of the murder and rape of animals. It's all connected, and it's like, I don't know how to communicate with people, and it frustrates me. I really don't know how to communicate with people, because communication is hard anyway, and when you don't have theory of mind, and when you're trying to tell the world that 99% of humanity is doing more evil than Hitler or Stalin did. I'm not kidding. Like, what is done to those animals is worse. And the vegans out there who have seen the videos know the truth of what is done to these animals, know that it's worse than what the blacks, the Jews, the women, whatever group of humans that have been treated horribly and killed and raped. You can't compare that even to what's done to the animals, because it's done to the billions of animals. But, there's more animals bred and killed, and dairy cows raped repeatedly just to keep getting them pregnant so that they'll produce milk, so that they can kill their babies and take the milk. It's like, I know all this. I've learned so much, and being autistic and having a tendency to get obsessed about things, and then becoming vegan, it's like a thing where I cannot get it off my mind, and it's driving me crazy. And I just wish that the perfect example of what a vegan is and what a vegan should be was not that I wasn't trying to be that. I wish there was somebody else who was perfect. And it just frustrates me because I know my flaws, and I know that I cannot I cannot educate people on veganism as well as I would like. I'm going to keep trying until the day I die. There's no doubt about that. But there are other people who are more gifted. Other people who are better communicators, other people who are better debaters, other people who have money and who can travel and can do more stuff. And many people are able to do great amount of good. And a lot of vegans I know on Facebook and stuff, you know, and I feel so inadequate because I'm not as good as them, because I don't have the skills, I don't have the money, I don't have the travel, I don't even have the freedom to live my own life, because I live with my mother who doesn't understand my atheism and veganism. It's like I'm so limited. And there's so many things I want to change in my life, and maybe I'm still young and I'll get the opportunity to do more, to have more opportunities. But lately, being medicated and having problems with testicles and prostate and stuff like that, and it's like, oh man, here I have to have health problems on top of all my other frustration about the evil that's being done to these animals and my frustration with humans. It's like, it's too much. I can't take this shit no more. Like, the world is sick. I feel sick physically right now, and I just can't be the perfect example. And I want so bad to be the perfect example. But here I feel a great burden, like it all falls on me, because there's just nobody. Other people have the means to do good, yet they aren't vegan. Other people are vegan and have the means to do good, but they don't have the guts that I do. That's the one thing about me, is I've got some guts. I have the motivation. I have the nerve to tell the human race that they're wrong, and to tell them that if there is a God, God is wrong for creating a world of suffering full of murder and rape and pain. You know, I have the nerve to say it, and other people are too scared to say it. But I say it, and you know what? Honesty is my best policy. You've heard honesty is the best policy, but this is just me being honest. This is just literally saying exactly how I feel with no filters. That's all I can say.